These girls make too much in tips anyway. Kevin Washington pauses with his fork halfway to his mouth. The CEO of Morning Glory Diners sits in booth 7 of his own restaurant, watching assistant manager Lisa Rodriguez slide $20 bills into her jacket pocket. Jennifer Martinez scrubs tables with shaking hands. Her tip jar sits nearly empty. $40 vanished while she served Kevin's coffee. Kevin reaches for his phone as Lisa counts the stolen bills, smiling. When she pockets another $5 tip from table 12, he starts recording. Jennifer stares at her empty jar. Rent is due tomorrow. Lisa just stole her grocery money, unaware her own CEO witnessed everything. The single mother whispers to a coworker about needing the money. Kevin's breakfast grows cold as he captures every word. What he records will expose months of theft. The meal he came here to enjoy is about to become the most important breakfast of his career. Kevin Washington had planned this differently. A quick breakfast before his 9 a.m. board meeting, nothing more. He'd chosen this location randomly, the Morning Glory on Peachtree Street, tucked between a dry cleaner and a cell phone repair shop in a working-class neighborhood he rarely visited. The diner buzzes with Tuesday morning energy. Construction workers grab coffee to go. Office employees scroll phones while waiting for orders. Regular customers know the servers by name, the kind of community atmosphere Kevin built his chain around. Jennifer Martinez moves between tables with practiced efficiency despite obvious exhaustion. Dark circles shadow her eyes, and her uniform hangs loose on her small frame. She refills Kevin's coffee without being asked, notices his untouched toast, and offers fresh jam. "Everything all right with your eggs, sir?" she asks, genuine concern in her voice. "Perfect, thank you." Kevin watches her work. 28 years old, maybe 30. The wedding ring is gone, but the tan line remains. Single mother, he guesses, the kind of employee who keeps diners like this running. Behind the counter, Lisa Rodriguez commands the morning operation with military precision. 42 years old, perfectly styled auburn hair, makeup applied despite the 5 a.m. shift start. She's worked for Morning Glory for 3 years. Kevin remembers approving her promotion to assistant manager. "Jennifer!" Lisa's voice cuts through the breakfast chatter. "Table 6 needs their check. Table 9 wants more coffee. Move!" Jennifer hurries between stations, apologizing to customers for delays that aren't her fault. Kevin notices the pattern. Lisa assigns Jennifer the most demanding tables while giving herself the easy regulars. At 7:45 a.m., the breakfast rush peaks. Every booth fills. Orders back up in the kitchen. Lisa positions herself at the register, controlling all transactions with territorial intensity. A businessman at table 4 leaves a $10 tip on a $12 breakfast, generous by any standard. Jennifer clears his plate, smiles gratefully at the money, then carries the dishes to the bus station. Lisa intercepts her return trip. "I'll handle the tip collection today," Lisa announces, loud enough for nearby customers to hear. "New corporate policy about cash management." Kevin's fork stops midway to his mouth. "There is no such policy. He wrote the employee handbook himself." Jennifer's face falls, but she nods silently. "Of course, Lisa." Lisa sweeps the $10 bill into her apron pocket with practiced casualness. No recording, no tracking, no splitting with kitchen staff as required by company protocol. Straight theft, executed with the confidence of someone who's never been challenged. Kevin's phone buzzes, a text from his assistant asking about the board meeting. He ignores it, his attention completely absorbed by what he's witnessing. The next 20 minutes reveal a systematic operation. Lisa collects tips from Jennifer's tables while allowing other servers to keep theirs. She invents excuses. Corporate audit today, or balancing the books, or simply, "I'll take care of it." Jennifer never argues. She serves customers with genuine warmth, receives their appreciation and generosity, then watches it disappear into Lisa's pocket. $53 vanish during Kevin's breakfast alone. At table 12, an elderly woman leaves a $20 tip for Jennifer's attentive service during a complicated order substitution. Jennifer's face brightens. $20 means something significant to her. Lisa appears within seconds. "Big tip. The company needs to track these for tax purposes." The lie is so casual, so confident, that Kevin almost believes it himself. Almost. Jennifer's shoulders slump as Lisa pockets the 20. The single mother returns to work, her earlier energy drained. She moves mechanically now, the joy stolen along with her money. Kevin pulls out his business card, confirming his worst suspicions. Kevin Washington, Chief Executive Officer, Morning Glory Diners. The company values printed on the back mock him: respect, integrity, community. His own manager is robbing his employees using corporate policy as cover for personal theft. The coffee grows cold in his cup as calculations run through his head. If Lisa steals $50 to $60 per shift from Jennifer alone, and she works 5 days a week, that's over $1,000 per month. Jennifer makes minimum wage plus tips. Those stolen tips likely represent 30% of her income. Rent money, grocery money, money for her child's school supplies or medical bills. Kevin's jaw tightens as he watches Lisa pocket another tip, this one left by a young father impressed with Jennifer's patience serving his toddler. $7 disappears without documentation or explanation. The board meeting can wait. Kevin Washington has more important business to attend to, but first, he needs proof that will stand up in court and protect his employees from retaliation. He signals Jennifer for his check, already planning his return. Kevin's plan to leave quietly evaporates when he witnesses what happens next. A family of 4 finishes breakfast at table 8, parents with twin daughters, maybe 6 years old. The girls colored on their placemats while Jennifer brought extra crayons, helped clean spilled orange juice, and patiently answered questions about the pancake shapes. The father counts out bills carefully. Construction worker Kevin estimates from the worn jeans and steel-toed boots. He leaves $18 on a $32 check, a generous tip that probably stretches his budget. "Tell the nice lady thank you," he instructs his daughters. "Thank you," they chorus to Jennifer, who genuinely smiles for the first time Kevin has seen. "You're so welcome, sweethearts. Come back and see me soon." The family leaves and Jennifer begins clearing their table. She spots the $18, her face lighting up with relief and gratitude. For a moment, exhaustion melts away. She carefully smooths the crumpled bills, counting them twice. Lisa appears like a predator sensing weakness. "Jennifer, bring that money here. Large tips require manager verification." Kevin watches Jennifer's smile die. The transformation is heartbreaking, hope crushed in real time. "But Lisa, it's just $18. The handbook says tips under 20 don't need—" "Are you questioning company policy?" Lisa's voice carries across the diner. Several customers turn to watch. "Because questioning management is grounds for immediate termination." Jennifer's hands tremble as she surrenders the bills. "No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean— maybe you're not management material after all." Lisa counts the money slowly, deliberately. Some people just don't understand business. The cruelty is breathtaking. Lisa doesn't just steal, she humiliates. She uses fear and intimidation to ensure compliance, turning theft into a power game that breaks down her victim's self-worth. Kevin grips his coffee cup so hard his knuckles whiten. Lisa pockets the $18 while Jennifer stands there, defeated. "Get back to work. Table 15 needs attention." Jennifer nods and retreats, but Kevin catches the moment her composure cracks. She ducks behind the coffee station thinking she's hidden and wipes tears from her eyes. Quick, furtive movements that speak of practiced concealment. She can't afford to cry at work, can't risk being seen as emotional or unstable, can't give Lisa additional ammunition for harassment or termination. Kevin's business instincts catalog everything. The systematic targeting of one employee, the public humiliation designed to prevent resistance, the calculated cruelty that goes far beyond simple theft. Lisa isn't just stealing money, she's destroying a person. At table 15, an impatient businessman snaps his fingers at Jennifer. "Waitress, where's my refill?" Jennifer hurries over with fresh coffee, apologizing for the delay that wasn't her fault. The customer doesn't acknowledge her apology or her service. No tip gets left behind. Lisa watches from the register with satisfied smugness. She's created a system where Jennifer does all the work while receiving none of the reward, where fear prevents complaint or resistance. Kevin observes other staff interactions, looking for patterns. Tommy the cook occasionally glances at Jennifer with concern but doesn't intervene. Maria, another server, keeps her distance. Self-preservation in a toxic workplace. The part-time college student behind the counter avoids eye contact entirely. Everyone knows what's happening. Nobody feels safe enough to act. At 8:15 a.m., the breakfast rush begins winding down. Lisa makes her move for the final humiliation. She approaches Jennifer, who's wiping down her last table, and speaks loudly enough for remaining customers to hear. Your section needs better cleaning. Table 6 has syrup residue. Table 12 has crumbs. Maybe if you focused more on work and less on... She pauses meaningfully. Other things, your performance would improve. Jennifer's cheeks burn with embarrassment. She grabs cleaning supplies and re-cleans perfectly clean tables while customers watch with uncomfortable expressions. Kevin feels anger building in his chest. Not the cold calculation of business problem solving, but hot, personal fury at watching someone abuse power against the defenseless. Lisa returns to the register and makes a show of counting the morning's tips. All the money Jennifer earned through excellent service, stolen systematically over 2 hours. She doesn't even try to hide the theft anymore. She's confident in her power, secure in the knowledge that Jennifer won't resist. Kevin watches Jennifer finish cleaning and check the schedule for her next shift. Her movements carry the weight of someone trapped in an impossible situation, needing the job to survive but slowly being destroyed by staying. The businessman who snapped his fingers earlier leaves without tipping. Jennifer clears his table mechanically, no longer expecting fairness or kindness. That's when Kevin realizes the full scope of Lisa's crime. She's not just stealing money, she's stealing hope. Kevin pays his check and leaves a $20 tip, watching carefully to see what happens. Jennifer brightens when she spots the money, but before she can collect it, Lisa intercepts. I'll handle this one too. Large bills need documentation. $20 isn't large by any standard, but Jennifer doesn't protest. She simply nods and turns away, defeat carved into her posture. Kevin exits without revealing his identity, his mind already formulating a plan. In the parking lot, he sits in his BMW and processes what he witnessed. This isn't random misconduct. It's systematic exploitation designed to maximize Lisa's profit while minimizing Jennifer's ability to resist. His phone rings. Sarah, his assistant, sounds concerned. Kevin, the board meeting starts in 30 minutes. Where are you? Cancel it. Move everything to Thursday. Cancel the quarterly review, but the investors, tell them something came up. A personnel matter that requires immediate attention. Kevin ends the call and stares through his windshield at the diner. Behind those windows, Lisa is probably pocketing his $20 tip while Jennifer cleans tables for minimum wage. His mother's voice echoes in his memory. Baby, you watch how people treat folks who can't fight back. That tells you everything about their character. Evelyn Washington worked 3 jobs to raise Kevin alone, 2 restaurant shifts and weekend house cleaning. She understood the exhaustion in Jennifer's eyes, the careful way someone counts tips when every dollar matters for survival. Kevin built Morning Glory diners to honor his mother's memory, creating workplaces where servers could earn decent living and support their families. Lisa Rodriguez has perverted that mission into a tool for personal enrichment. But confronting her now without proper evidence would be a mistake. She'd deny everything, destroy any proof, and likely retaliate against Jennifer for causing trouble. Kevin needs documentation that protects his employee and ensures Lisa can never abuse another worker. He drives home and changes clothes. The navy business suit disappears, replaced by faded jeans, a worn flannel shirt, and a baseball cap. He adds reading glasses and lets his usual clean shave grow into light stubble. Not a perfect disguise, but enough to avoid immediate recognition. Kevin studies the employee handbook he wrote, refreshing his memory on tip policies. The rules are clear. Servers keep individual tips, shared tips get distributed equally among all staff, and management never touches tip money except for documented tax purposes. Lisa violated every guideline. He researches local employment law, confirming that tip theft constitutes wage theft, a criminal offense, not just grounds for termination. Jennifer could file charges, but she'd need proof, and workers like her rarely have resources to fight management. That's where Kevin comes in. He plans his return carefully. Different times, different appearances, multiple visits to establish patterns rather than isolated incidents. He'll need recordings, witnesses, and documentation that would stand up in court. His lawyer calls back within an hour, confirming Kevin's suspicions. Tip theft is serious business. If you can prove systematic wage theft, she's looking at criminal charges plus civil liability to the employees. But you need solid evidence, recordings, documentation, preferably multiple incidents. How solid? Bulletproof. Defense attorneys will claim misunderstanding, poor communication, temporary confusion. You need her admitting intent to steal or actual footage of theft in progress. Kevin nods grimly. Lisa's overconfidence will be her downfall. She's gotten so comfortable with her scheme that she operates openly. That comfort level will give him the evidence he needs. He sets his alarm for 5:30 a.m. Tomorrow, Kevin Washington returns to his own restaurant as a different person entirely. The investigation begins at dawn. Kevin returns at 6:45 a.m. Wednesday morning, unrecognizable in work boots, a faded Braves cap, and 3 days of stubble. He chooses a corner booth with clear sight lines to the register and tip collection areas. Jennifer doesn't recognize him. Exhaustion clouds her recognition, and the disguise works better than expected. She serves him coffee with the same genuine warmth she shows every customer, despite the weariness etched in her features. Morning special's pretty good, she suggests. Eggs, bacon, toast for $7.99. Sounds perfect. You've been here a long time? 3 years now, it's good work. The lie comes automatically. She's protecting her job even with strangers. Kevin orders and settles in to observe. Within 20 minutes, he witnesses Lisa steal tips from 2 of Jennifer's tables, $8 from a nurse heading to work, $15 from a retired couple who complimented Jennifer's service. Each theft follows the same pattern. Lisa waits until Jennifer moves away, approaches the table with manufactured authority, and pockets the money while inventing corporate policies that don't exist. Day 2 reveals worse behavior. Kevin arrives at 2:30 p.m. for the lunch shift, wearing different clothes and a fake mustache that makes him look like a 70s throwback. Lisa schedules Jennifer for a double shift without notice, breakfast and lunch back-to-back with no break. "I know you're tired," Lisa tells Jennifer in front of customers, "but we're short-staffed. You can handle it, right?" Jennifer nods because she has no choice. Kevin watches her work 14 hours straight while Lisa takes a 2-hour management meeting at the nail salon next door. The tip theft escalates. Lisa doesn't just steal from Jennifer anymore. She creates a complex system where Jennifer's tips get redistributed to other staff members, with Lisa keeping the largest portions for administrative fees. A young father leaves $12 on a breakfast bill, impressed by Jennifer's patience with his fussy toddler. Lisa intercepts the money and announces loudly, "Jennifer, this tip needs to go toward your register shortage from yesterday." There was no register shortage. Jennifer's drawer balanced perfectly. But Lisa's accusation plants seeds of doubt in customers' minds while justifying theft. Day 3 brings psychological warfare. Kevin watches from booth 12 as Lisa systematically undermines Jennifer's confidence through public criticism. "Jennifer's having a rough week," Lisa tells a regular customer. "Maybe cut her some slack on the service today." The customer hadn't complained about anything. Lisa manufactured the negative interaction, then used it to justify giving Jennifer the worst sections and most difficult customers. Kevin records everything on his phone, using a small tripod disguised as a phone charger to capture steady footage. Lisa's crimes pile up: wage theft, harassment, creating a hostile work environment, falsifying time records, but the worst discovery came Thursday morning. Kevin arrives early and positions himself near the employee break room. Through the thin walls, he overhears Lisa talking to Tommy the cook. "Jennifer's getting too comfortable," Lisa says, "asking questions about tips, looking at me funny. I might need to document some performance issues." "She's a good worker," Tommy replies carefully. "Good workers don't question management. Maybe she's better suited for a different kind of restaurant, somewhere with lower expectations." The threat is clear: comply or face termination. Lisa isn't just stealing money. She's preparing to destroy Jennifer's reputation to protect her criminal enterprise. Kevin's hands shake with anger as he records the conversation. This goes beyond theft into outright persecution. Friday provides the most damaging evidence yet. Kevin watches Lisa steal $38 from Jennifer during the breakfast rush, then sees something that makes his blood boil. Jennifer approaches Lisa during a quiet moment, speaking barely above a whisper. "Lisa, I hate to bother you, but my daughter needs medicine and I'm short on money. Could I possibly get an advance on my tips from this week?" Lisa's response drips with false sympathy. "Oh, honey, I wish I could help, but corporations don't allow advances. Maybe you should budget better?" Kevin knows Jennifer earned over $200 in tips that week, all stolen by Lisa. The woman is asking for an advance on money she already earned, money that Lisa pocketed while creating false scarcity. "Maybe I could pick up extra shifts?" Jennifer asks desperately. "I'll see what I can do," Lisa replies with no intention of helping. "But remember, extra shifts go to employees who demonstrate positive attitudes." Another threat disguised as corporate policy. The weekend shift reveals Lisa's most sophisticated theft yet. She creates a fake tip pooling system that exists nowhere in company policy, collecting all tips and redistributing them according to her own criteria. Jennifer works Saturday's breakfast rush, earning over $60 in tips through exceptional service. Lisa announces the new policy loudly. "Starting today, we're implementing tip pooling to ensure fairness. All tips go into the communal jar and I'll distribute them based on performance metrics and hours worked." Kevin watches in horrified fascination as Lisa pockets $45 while giving Jennifer $15 from tips Jennifer earned entirely through her own work. Other servers get their full tips. Only Jennifer faces the pooling policy. Sunday morning brings the breaking point. Kevin positions himself at the counter, close enough to hear everything. Jennifer serves a large family celebrating a grandmother's birthday. 8 people, special requests, patient service despite the chaos. The grateful family leaves a $50 tip, genuinely moved by Jennifer's care and attention. It's the largest tip Kevin has seen all week, and Jennifer's face shows pure relief when she spots it. Lisa swoops in immediately. "Big tips like that need to be documented for tax purposes," she announces. "Company policy for anything over $20. The policy doesn't exist, but Jennifer doesn't know that. She watches $50 disappear into Lisa's pocket, money that could pay for her daughter's medicine, buy groceries for the week, and cover part of the rent payment. Kevin sees Jennifer's breaking point approaching. Her shoulders shake with suppressed emotion. She excuses herself and disappears into the bathroom. When she returns, her eyes are red, but she continues working. Professional to the end, even while being systematically destroyed. That's when Kevin overhears the conversation that changes everything. Jennifer approaches Tommy during a quiet moment, thinking she's out of earshot. Her voice barely carries, filled with shame and desperation. "She took our tips again," Jennifer whispers. "I can't pay rent this month. My daughter needs her inhaler and I don't know what to do." Tommy glances around nervously. "Maybe talk to a corporate? With what proof? It's my word against a manager's. They'll just fire me. What about finding another job?" Jennifer's laugh holds no humor. "Who's going to hire a single mom with no references? Lisa will make sure I can't work anywhere decent." Kevin's heart breaks listening to the desperation in her voice. This woman, hardworking, professional, kind to every customer, believes she's trapped in an abusive situation with no escape. She has no idea her own CEO is sitting 15 feet away, recording every word. The conversation continues, each whispered word building Kevin's case. "I keep thinking maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misunderstood something," Jennifer continues. "But $50 doesn't just disappear, and it's happening every shift." "You're not wrong," Tommy says quietly. "But what can we do?" "Nothing. That's the problem. She holds all the power and we just have to take it." Kevin stops recording. He has everything he needs. Hours of footage, multiple witnesses, documented theft, and Jennifer's own testimony about the systematic abuse. More importantly, he understands the full scope of Lisa's crime. This isn't just theft, it's psychological warfare designed to break down a vulnerable employee until she accepts abuse as normal. But Jennifer Martinez is about to learn that sometimes help comes from the most unexpected places. The investigation phase is over. Tomorrow, Kevin Washington reveals himself. Monday morning, 6:30 a.m. Kevin arrives early and positions himself in the booth closest to Lisa's office, a cramped space behind the kitchen where she handles administrative duties. The thin walls and Kevin's strategic positioning allow him to hear everything while remaining invisible. His phone records continuously now, capturing Lisa's most damning confession yet. Lisa sits in her office with Danny, the part-time assistant manager who works weekends. Kevin recognizes Danny's voice. Young, eager to please, probably unaware of the criminal enterprise he's witnessing. "I don't understand the new tip policy," Danny says. Why does Jennifer's money go into the manager fund? Lisa's response chills Kevin's blood. Look, Danny, those girls make more in tips than they deserve. Jennifer pulls in $200-300 a week just for carrying plates. Meanwhile, I'm here for 60 hours managing everything, keeping this place profitable. But doesn't corporate have rules about... Corporations don't understand restaurant operations. They sit in offices making policies while we deal with reality. Jennifer's tips are really profit margin, money that should support the business, not some single mom's shopping habit. Kevin's hands shake as he adjusts his recording angle. Lisa just admitted to systematic theft while justifying it as a business strategy. The conversation continues, each word building Kevin's legal case. Besides, Lisa continues, what's she going to do? Report me. She has no proof, no evidence. It's her word against mine, and I've been documenting her performance issues for weeks. Performance issues? Fake ones. Tardiness, attitude problems, register shortages, all manufactured, all documented. If she ever complains about missing tips, I'll fire her for cause. No unemployment benefits, no severance, no references. Kevin feels sick. Lisa isn't just stealing. She's creating a paper trail to destroy Jennifer's reputation and employability. That seems... Danny trails off, uncomfortable. That seems smart, Lisa finishes. Danny and management, you protect the business first. Employees come and go, but profit margins determine survival. I'm saving Morning Glory money while teaching entitled workers about reality. Kevin captures every word, his anger building with each casual admission of criminal intent. Lisa's phone rings, interrupting the conversation. Kevin recognizes the voice of regional manager Patricia Wells. Morning, Patricia, Lisa answers cheerfully. Everything's running smoothly here. Good to hear. Corporate's asking about labor costs. You're showing excellent profit margins compared to other locations. Kevin's stomach drops. Lisa's theft isn't just hurting Jennifer. It's making her look like an exceptional manager to corporate leadership. I've implemented some efficiency measures, Lisa explains. Streamlined tip distribution, optimized scheduling, improved productivity metrics. All euphemisms for wage theft and employee abuse. Keep up the good work, Patricia says. We're considering you for district manager. Your location outperforms everything in the Southeast. Kevin stops recording, overwhelmed by the scope of Lisa's deception. She's built her career advancement on stolen money, while corporate rewards her success. After Patricia hangs up, Lisa returns to her conversation with Danny. See how this works? I deliver results, corporate stays happy, and problem employees get managed appropriately. Jennifer's tips go toward real business expenses instead of her personal luxuries. Luxuries? Danny sounds confused. Medicine for her kid, rent money, that's her responsibility, not company profits. I'm actually helping her learn financial discipline. The twisted logic makes Kevin's skin crawl. Lisa has convinced herself that theft is mentorship, that wage theft teaches valuable lessons about economic reality. What if she finds out about the fake documentation? She won't. And if she does, who's going to believe a minimum wage server over a successful manager with 3 years of exemplary performance reviews? Lisa opens her desk drawer, and Kevin hears the unmistakable sound of cash counting, bills rustling, coins clinking, the physical evidence of systematic theft. This is Jennifer's money from last week, Lisa explains casually. $218 she earned serving coffee. I'm reallocating it toward operational expenses. Operational expenses like what? My expenses. Gas money, clothing allowance, equipment maintenance. I manage this location, so managing these funds falls under my discretionary authority. Kevin has everything he needs. Hours of recordings, multiple confessions, admission of criminal intent, evidence of document falsification, and Lisa's clear understanding that her actions constitute theft. But the most damaging evidence comes when Lisa makes a phone call Kevin wasn't expecting. She dials another Morning Glory location across town. Hey Marcus, it's Lisa. Quick question. How do you handle servers who make too much in tips? I've got one pulling $300 a week and it's throwing off my labor costs. Kevin realizes with horror that Lisa's theft might extend beyond his restaurant. She's networking with other managers, potentially spreading her criminal methods throughout his company. The smoking gun isn't just one recording. It's evidence of systematic wage theft that could involve multiple locations and dozens of victims. Kevin stops recording and sits back, processing the magnitude of what he's uncovered. This isn't isolated misconduct. It's organized crime disguised as restaurant management. Jennifer Martinez isn't Lisa's only victim. She's just the one Kevin happened to witness. The confession is complete. Tomorrow, Kevin Washington ends Lisa Rodriguez's criminal enterprise forever. Tuesday morning, 8:15 a.m. The breakfast rush peaks as Kevin enters Morning Glory Diner for the last time in disguise. He orders coffee from Jennifer, who serves him with the same tired professionalism she's shown all week. "Rough morning?" he asks gently. Jennifer forces a smile. "Just busy. Nothing I can't handle." But Kevin sees the truth in her exhausted posture, the way she carefully counts change, the hopelessness settling into her movements. Another night wondering how to pay bills while her earned money disappears into Lisa's pocket. At 8:30 a.m., Lisa begins her familiar theft routine. She approaches table 6, where a businessman left $15 for Jennifer's excellent service. As Lisa reaches for the money, Kevin stands up. "Excuse me?" he calls out, his voice carrying across the suddenly quiet diner. "I think there's been a mistake." Lisa freezes, her hand halfway to the bills. "I'm sorry?" Kevin removes his baseball cap and reading glasses. Several customers look up from their meals, sensing tension. Jennifer stops pouring coffee, uncertain what's happening. "The mistake," Kevin continues, walking toward the register, "is thinking you could steal from my employees without consequences." Lisa's face drains of color as recognition dawns. "Sir, I don't understand what you're—" "I'm Kevin Washington, CEO of Morning Glory Diners." Kevin's voice is calm but carries unmistakable authority. "And I've been watching you rob Jennifer Martinez for over a week." The diner falls completely silent. Forks stop midway to mouths. Conversations halt mid-sentence. Jennifer drops the coffee pot she's holding. It shatters against the floor, but nobody moves to clean it. Lisa's mouth opens and closes like a fish gasping for air. "Mr. Washington, I can explain stealing $200 from Jennifer last week alone." Kevin pulls out his phone, the recordings cued and ready. "Explain the fake corporate policies you invented to justify theft. Explain telling Danny that Jennifer's tips are really profit margins." Lisa's face shifts from shock to desperate calculation. "Those conversations were taken out of context. I was discussing theoretical scenarios for training purposes." "Was this theoretical?" Kevin plays the recording from yesterday. Lisa's voice, clear and unmistakable. "Jennifer's tips are really profit margin, money that should support the business, not some single mom's shopping habit." Jennifer's knees buckle. She grabs the counter for support, staring at Kevin in disbelief. You're really the CEO?" "I am. And I'm sorry it took me this long to discover what was happening to you." Lisa scrambles for damage control, her voice rising with panic. "Mr. Washington, there's been a serious misunderstanding. I was implementing efficiency measures. You were committing wage theft." Kevin's words cut through her lies like a blade. "Criminal theft, documented over multiple days, with clear intent to defraud employees." Other customers watch in fascination as the confrontation unfolds. Tommy emerges from the kitchen, drawn by the commotion. Maria, the other server, stops pretending to work and stares openly. Lisa tries a different approach, righteous indignation. "I've managed this location successfully for 3 years. Our profit margins exceed corporate expectations. I've never had a single complaint. Because you threatened to fire anyone who complained." Kevin plays another recording. "If she ever complains about missing tips, I'll fire her for cause. No unemployment benefits, no severance, no references." Jennifer makes a strangled sound, somewhere between sob and gasp. The full scope of her trap becomes clear. Lisa didn't just steal her money. She planned to destroy her life if she resisted. "Those threats," Kevin continues, "constitute intimidation and retaliation under federal labor law. The tip theft is a felony. The document falsification you bragged about is fraud." Lisa's composure finally cracks completely. "You can't do this to me. I've dedicated my career to this company. I made this location profitable." "You made yourself profitable by stealing from workers who trusted you." Kevin addresses the entire diner, his voice carrying to every corner. "Everyone here deserves to know what happened. Lisa Rodriguez systematically stole tips from Jennifer Martinez while threatening her job if she complained. She invented fake policies, falsified documents, and used her authority to intimidate and abuse her employees." The customer's expressions shift from curiosity to disgust. Several people pull out phones recording the confrontation. This story will spread beyond Morning Glory Diner within hours. Jennifer finds her voice barely above a whisper. All this time, I thought I was doing something wrong. You did nothing wrong, Kevin says firmly. You provided excellent service, earned every dollar Lisa stole, and deserve protection you didn't receive. Lisa makes one final desperate play. Jennifer, tell him this is a misunderstanding. Tell him we had an arrangement. We had no arrangement. Jennifer's voice gains strength. You stole my money and made me think I was crazy for noticing. Lisa's face contorts with rage. You're ungrateful. This job was for charity. I could fire you tomorrow and no one would care about some single mother. That's enough. Kevin's voice cuts through her tirade like steel. Lisa Rodriguez, you're terminated effective immediately. Security will escort you out. Your personal belongings will be mailed to you. Lisa looks around desperately, searching for allies or escape routes. The customers watch with the fascination of people witnessing justice served in real time. You can't fire me without due process. I have rights. You have the right to remain silent, Kevin says coldly, because the police will want to discuss criminal charges for wage theft, fraud, and intimidation. Two customers stand up and begin applauding. Others join them. Within seconds, the entire diner erupts in applause for Jennifer and Kevin's courage. Lisa grabs her purse and flees toward the exit, but stops at the door for one final threat. This won't stand. I'll sue for wrongful termination. With what money? Kevin asks. The stolen tips you'll be repaying, plus fines, plus legal fees. Good luck. Lisa disappears into the parking lot, her criminal enterprise ended forever. Kevin turns to Jennifer, who stands frozen in shock, still processing the revelation that her CEO witnessed her abuse and chose to help rather than ignore it. Jennifer, we need to talk about your future here. The applause dies down as Kevin faces the staff and customers still processing what they witnessed. Jennifer stands motionless, tears streaming down her face, not from sadness, but from overwhelming relief that someone finally believed her. First things first, Kevin announces to everyone present. Jennifer, you're owed immediate restitution for stolen wages. Based on my calculations, Lisa stole approximately $850 from you over the past month alone. Kevin pulls out his personal checkbook and writes quickly. This covers documented theft, plus damages, plus a bonus for the harassment you endured. He hands Jennifer a check for $1,500. Jennifer stares at the check, hands shaking. I don't know what to say. Say you'll cash it today so you can buy your daughter's medicine and pay your rent on time. Fresh tears flow as Jennifer nods, clutching the check like a lifeline. Kevin addresses the packed diner. Everyone here witnessed systematic employee abuse disguised as management. That stops today, permanently. He turns to Tommy, who's been watching from the kitchen doorway. Tommy, you saw everything but felt powerless to act. That's not your fault. Lisa created fear that prevented intervention. Tommy nods, relief visible on his weathered face. I wanted to help, but you were afraid of retaliation. That's exactly how abusers maintain control. Kevin's voice carries to every corner of the restaurant. From today forward, any employee who witnesses harassment, discrimination, or wage theft has my personal cell number and direct authorization to call me immediately. He writes his number on napkins and distributes them to staff. No retaliation, no bureaucracy, no fear. Direct line to the CEO. Maria, the other server, raises her hand tentatively. What happens to the restaurant now? Do we all lose our jobs? Nobody loses their jobs except the person who deserved it. This location will become our flagship for employee protection and fair treatment. Kevin looks directly at Jennifer. Which brings me to my next point. Jennifer wipes her eyes, still overwhelmed by the rapid changes. Jennifer Martinez, I'm offering you the position of assistant manager of this location, effective immediately. Your starting salary is $48,000 annually, plus full benefits, plus you keep all tips when you work the floor. The diner erupts in gasps and whispers. Jennifer's mouth falls open. But I'm just a server. I don't have management experience. You have 3 years of experience dealing with every challenge this restaurant faces. You understand customer service, inventory management, staff scheduling, and financial operations. Most importantly, you understand how to treat people with dignity. Kevin pulls out official paperwork he prepared overnight. Your first responsibility is implementing the new Morning Glory standards for employee protection. Zero tolerance for wage theft, harassment, or intimidation. Clear policies, transparent enforcement, protection for whistleblowers. Jennifer stares at the job offer, struggling to process the magnitude of this moment. Yesterday, she couldn't pay rent. Today, she's being promoted to management with a salary that doubles her income. "I need training," she says quietly. "I want to do this right. You'll have full corporate support. Training starts next Monday at headquarters, but first, you're taking the rest of this week off with pay to recover from the trauma Lisa inflicted." Kevin addresses Tommy next. "Tommy Williams, you're promoted to head cook with a $3 hourly raise and supervisory authority over kitchen operations. Your loyalty and integrity during a difficult situation deserve recognition." Tommy grins broadly, the first genuine smile Kevin has seen from him all week. "Thank you, sir. I won't let you down." "Maria Santos, you're promoted to senior server with scheduling authority and training responsibilities for new hires. $2 hourly raise plus expanded tip opportunities." Maria beams with pride and excitement. "I'll work hard, I promise." Kevin turns to address the customers who witnessed everything. "Thank you for staying and supporting Jennifer during this confrontation. Your presence helped ensure accountability." An elderly woman at table 4 speaks up. "Young man, what you did today restored my faith in leadership. Too many companies ignore employee abuse. That's exactly why I acted publicly." Kevin replies. "Jennifer deserved witnesses to her vindication, and you deserve to see that justice is possible when leaders take responsibility." Kevin pulls out his phone and makes a quick call. "Patricia, Kevin Washington, I need you at the Peachtree location immediately." "Yes, the quarterly review can wait. We have a situation requiring immediate attention." He hangs up and explains to the staff. Regional Manager Patricia Wells will arrive within the hour to formalize these changes and ensure corporate support for the new policies. Jennifer finally finds her voice, stronger now and filled with determination. "Mr. Washington, I accept the position, and I promise I'll protect our employees the way you protected me." "I know you will. That's why I chose you." Kevin addresses the entire team. "This restaurant will implement revolutionary employee protection standards, anonymous reporting systems, regular CEO visits, profit-sharing bonuses, education assistance programs, and zero tolerance for abuse at any level." He writes on the whiteboard behind the register. Jennifer Martinez, Assistant Manager. Tommy Williams, Head Cook. Maria Santos, Senior Server. Questions or concerns, ask them directly. The transformation is immediate and visible. Staff members stand straighter, speak more confidently, interact with genuine warmth instead of fearful compliance. The toxic atmosphere Lisa created evaporates, replaced by hope and mutual respect. Kevin's phone buzzes with a text from his assistant. "Board meeting rescheduled successfully. Investors understand priority personnel matters resolved." "One more thing," Kevin announces. "This location success story will be documented and shared with all Morning Glory locations nationwide. Jennifer's promotion from abused employee to empowered manager proves that protecting workers creates stronger businesses." Jennifer steps forward, her confidence growing visibly. "Team meeting in 10 minutes. We're going to discuss how to make this the best workplace in Atlanta." Tommy and Maria respond enthusiastically. Customers smile and nod approvingly. The energy in the diner has completely transformed from oppressive fear to collaborative excitement. Kevin watches Jennifer take charge of her team, natural leadership emerging now that abuse no longer suppresses her potential. The woman who whispered desperately about rent money yesterday now speaks with authority about employee protection and customer service excellence. The systematic correction is complete. Power has been transferred from an abuser to a protector, from a criminal to a champion. Justice served, systems changed, lives transformed. 3 weeks later, Kevin returns to Morning Glory Diner unannounced, this time in his usual business attire. The transformation greets him before he even enters. Fresh paint on the exterior, new signage reading, Morning Glory Diner, Atlanta's Employee-Owned Excellence Award winner 2024. Inside, the atmosphere feels completely different. Laughter echoes from the kitchen. Servers move with confident energy instead of fearful compliance. The tip jar, now transparent and clearly labeled, sits prominently on each table with a sign. Tips go directly to your server. Management never touches tip money. Guaranteed. Jennifer approaches his table, radiating confidence Kevin never saw during her abuse. Her uniform fits properly now, her posture is straight, and genuine joy lights her face when she recognizes him. "Mr. Washington, welcome back, your usual table." "That depends. Are you going to charge me CEO prices?" Kevin jokes. Jennifer laughs, a sound that was completely absent during Lisa's reign of terror. "Actually, your coffee's in the house today. It's the least we can do for the man who saved our sanity." She leads him to booth 7, the same spot where he first witnessed her abuse. The irony isn't lost on either of them. "How's management treating you?" Kevin asks as Jennifer pours fresh coffee. "It's challenging but incredible. I never realized how much I understood about restaurant operations until I had the authority to implement changes." Jennifer's eyes sparkle with enthusiasm. "Want to see what we've accomplished?" Kevin follows her on a tour that showcases systematic improvements throughout the restaurant. The employee break room now features comfortable seating, a bulletin board with positive feedback from customers, and a locked suggestion box with Jennifer's personal commitment to read every note. "Tommy suggested the new prep schedule," Jennifer explains. "It reduces waste by 15% and gives everyone predictable hours. Maria designed the training program for new servers. We've hired 3 people in the past 2 weeks, and they all say this is the best restaurant job they've ever had." In the kitchen, Tommy waves enthusiastically while managing the breakfast rush with newfound authority. His station is organized, efficient, and notably cheerful. 2 new cooks work alongside him, both learning from his patient instruction. "Jennifer's the best manager I've ever worked with," Tommy calls out during a brief lull. "She actually listens to our ideas and makes changes that help everyone succeed." Kevin notices the scheduling board. Clean, fair, with no punitive assignments or impossible doubles. Jennifer has created rotation systems that ensure everyone gets good shifts and difficult shifts equally. "The most important change is the communication policy," Jennifer explains as they return to his booth. "Every staff meeting includes time for anonymous feedback. Every policy change gets explained before implementation. No surprises, no retaliation, no fear." A young college student approaches their table, clearly new but confident and well-trained. "Miss Martinez, Table 12 has a question about dietary restrictions. Should I handle it or would you prefer to speak with them directly?" "You handle it, Ashley. You know the menu better than I do at this point. But come find me if you need backup." Jennifer's management style is supportive rather than controlling, a stark contrast to Lisa's intimidation tactics. Ashley smiles and hurries off to help her customers. Kevin notices the interaction represents everything good about leadership: trust, empowerment, available support without micromanagement. "She's been here 1 week and already feels comfortable asking questions and making decisions," Jennifer explains. "That's what happens when people aren't afraid of being yelled at for minor mistakes." The lunch rush begins, and Kevin watches Jennifer coordinate her team with natural skill. She jumps in to help when needed, offers encouragement during busy moments, and maintains the kind of positive energy that makes difficult work feel manageable. A regular customer stops by their table. "Excuse me, are you Jennifer's boss? Because this young lady has completely transformed this place. Best service I've had in 20 years of coming here." Kevin smiles proudly. "She's transformed herself. I just gave her the opportunity." The customer continues. "Well, whatever you're paying her, it's not enough. She's got management skills that most executives would envy." After the customer leaves, Kevin addresses the heart of why he returned. "Jennifer, I need to ask you something important. How are you doing personally? The abuse you suffered was serious trauma. Are you getting the support you need?" Jennifer's expression grows thoughtful but remains strong. "The first week was hard. I kept expecting someone to yell at me or take away my authority, but every day that doesn't happen, I get stronger. This job, this opportunity, it's healing me in ways I didn't expect." "And your daughter?" Jennifer's smile becomes radiant. "Sophia's so proud of me. She tells everyone at school that her mom is a manager now. Yesterday, she drew a picture of us together with the caption, 'My mom is a boss lady.' It's hanging in my office." Kevin feels warmth spreading through his chest. This is why he built Morning Glory Diners, to create opportunities for people like Jennifer to discover their potential and support their families with dignity. "One more question," Kevin says. "Are you happy?" Jennifer doesn't hesitate. "Happier than I've ever been in my life." 6 months later, Kevin Washington sits in the same booth where he first witnessed Jennifer's abuse, reading the morning newspaper. The headline on the business section makes him smile. Morning Glory Diner chain reports record employee satisfaction and customer growth following revolutionary management changes. Jennifer approaches with coffee, her confidence now second nature. The scared, exhausted woman who once whispered about rent money has become a recognized leader in Atlanta's restaurant community. "Special delivery," she says, handing Kevin an envelope along with his coffee. "It's from Sophia." Inside, Kevin finds a hand-drawn card featuring stick figures of himself, Jennifer, and a little girl with pigtails. The message, written in careful 7-year-old handwriting, reads, "Thank you for helping my mom be brave. Love, Sophia Martinez." Kevin's throat tightens with emotion. This is what leadership looks like. Not corporate profits or quarterly reports, but a child who feels secure because her mother has dignity at work. "How's the district manager's position treating you?" Kevin asks, referencing Jennifer's recent promotion to oversee 3 Morning Glory locations. "It's incredible. I get to implement the employee protection standards at struggling locations and watch teams transform the way ours did." Jennifer's eyes shine with purpose. "Last month, I helped a server in Decatur who was facing the same abuse I experienced. Seeing her promotion to assistant manager reminded me why this work matters." Through the window, Kevin watches the morning rush, customers who return not just for good food, but for the positive energy that radiates from truly happy employees. The transformation Jennifer led has become a model copied throughout the restaurant industry. Kevin's phone buzzes with a text from his assistant. "60 Minutes wants to interview you about the Morning Glory turnaround story, available next Tuesday." He'll accept. Jennifer's story deserves national attention, and other workers deserve to know that justice is possible when leaders choose courage over convenience. As Kevin prepares to leave, Jennifer stops him with a question that still amazes him. "Same time next week, boss? Wouldn't miss it. This booth has become my favorite office." Kevin walks to his car, reflecting on how one breakfast changed everything for Jennifer, her daughter, and countless other employees who now work without fear. Every worker deserves dignity, fair treatment, and leaders who protect instead of exploit them. If this story inspired you, hit the like button and subscribe for more stories about justice and courage. Share if you believe every worker deserves to keep their tips.